is back from its month-long Christmas break, and so are we here in the broadcast booth. Haifa, of course, a 6-game winning streak going into the break, but a rude awakening in the Cup Championship. In the round of 16, the team upset by Irony Ashkelon, and tonight they have a chance to get their revenge. Good evening, everyone. Aaron Heller along with Simi Rieger welcome you to Maccabi Haifa basketball. Hope you had a good break, Simi.
It was okay, not bad. New Year's Eve, a good drunk, good food. Okay, it was pretty good.
Can't complain with that.
Yep.
And the team back, of course, we mentioned, hot, very, very hot before the break, but then raking up against that team, Ashkelon, which tonight they face off, and they had a really hard time, and part of that was because of the struggles that their point guard had, Simi.
Yeah, well, Dror Hajjaj, every point guard in basketball is the most important player on the team. He either makes the players around him better or he doesn't, and that's a major problem. Because if you remember the beginning of the season, Dror wasn't playing well, and Maccabi Haifa was having a tough time. And then he came around and started playing real good defensively and offensively. Doesn't mean he had to score. He had to lead the team. He had a bad game for Dror Hajjaj, very vulnerable for a loss.
Now, Simi, the team, of course, going to be looking forward to seeing their old big man, Brooks Sales, back here tonight in Haifa, making his return to Haifa. But one guy they're not going to be looking forward to seeing is Brian Tolbert. This guy is the biggest Haifa killer of them all, beating them last year, of course, the final second three-point shot when he was with Cologne in the Cup Championship, and he just had his way in the Cup.
Yeah, Brian's an Eastern Michigan young man, older man, plays real good. He likes certain gyms better than other. Very smart player, takes what he can get, does what he knows how to do, doesn't try to do too much. He also makes the guys around him better, and he's also a very good leader. 28
points in 27 minutes, and you saw some of those spectacular highlights over there right now. Let's focus on our key matchup this evening, Simi. Of course, for Haifa, it's been Davon Jefferson leading the way this year. Opposite him tonight, Omar Sneed, another tough power forward.
Yeah, Omar Sneed is the type of player that either he's really good or he hurts the team. He's good. He's not too tall, but he's a post-up player. He likes to shoot the three. He's very weak on defense. He doesn't like getting back on defense. And passing is not a word in his lexicon. But when he's good, he's unstoppable. And, Davon, he's the man in Haifa. He does everything really well. He was hurt for part of the break. He twisted an ankle. He had jumper's knee and all kinds of things. But Davon, like you said to me before, it's another day at the office, Simi. And the office here is in Haifa.
And Davon, of course, perhaps the league MVP in these first 8 games or 9 games of the season, having a great season so far, 19 points, 9 rebounds. We're going to see him and the team kick off their return week, come back tonight. Haifa, Ashkelon, next. Avi, coming off of 6 straight victories, you guys lose in the Cup. How do you have to feel now after this month-long break today, and how do you get back into the swing of things?
First of all, the feeling is like we start the season from the beginning, because a month it's a lot of time for break. But this is a situation, and we need to manage it, and I hope that we'll be ready tonight.
Now, this is a team, of course, you have a rematch with. You lost to them in the Cup in an upset. What do you have to do differently tonight?
I think it's a different story. We played there, and we didn't play well. Defensively and offensively, we didn't do our job. Also, our main player, the most important player, Davon Jefferson, not necessarily play today. I don't know exactly. After the warm-up, we'll know exactly his condition, and then we can see. But every evening it's different, We know the team well, they know us. We'll do the maximum. I think we're ready. I feel good.
Any way to stop Brian Tolbert? He went crazy last game.
Let's see tonight.
All right, good luck.
Thanks.
That was Haifa coach Avi Ashkenazi. I'm Aaron Heller along with Simi Rieger, and we just witnessed a very nice ceremony here, Simi. The captain of the team, Idil Pujikara, awarding a token trophy to the former player, Brooks Sales, making his return here tonight and getting a nice round from the fans as well.
Yeah, it's a nice thing to do. It's remembering the people that were here last year and years before also.
Yeah.
And Brooks is a great guy. He's a very, very positive kid and man.
Yeah.
And it's a pleasure, man, to see things like that happen.
And let's see how the teams stack up now in the standings so far this season. Of course, Maccabi Tel Aviv way up there, undefeated tonight. We'll get later. They're facing off with Jerusalem tonight, and what's sure to be their toughest challenge so far. You see Jerusalem number 2. and an equal record for Galil Gilboa, Maccabi Haifa. Netanya lost last night, so falling behind a little bit, and then Bnei Sharon at 500. And as we take a look at the bottom part there, you see Ashkelon. Ashkelon went into the cup on 3 losses in a row. Haifa went in with 6 wins in a row, but it didn't matter. Ashkelon won, and you see the rest over there. Ramat Gan still searching for their first victory of this season. Let's take a look at the other games going on this evening. We mentioned the game last night, Netanya losing in a nail-biter to Bnei Sharon, and of course the featured matchup tonight, Jerusalem, Maccabi Tel Aviv, the 2 top teams in the league. Other games this evening, Galil Gilboa with an easy one against Ramat Gan, and tomorrow night, Holon and Nahariya. All the attention tonight, semi-focused on Jerusalem and Tel Aviv, but we've got ourselves a good one here tonight.
I don't know about that. I think this is a great matchup right here. 2 teams that are fighting to get into the playoff, the top 4, and Jerusalem and Tel Aviv. It's in Tel Aviv. It would be in Jerusalem itself. Maybe be a tougher game, but who knows?
Now let's take a look at the starting lineups, and we have a few surprises for you tonight. Maccabi Haifa coming out with a starting lineup we haven't seen all season long. Ben David is in there for Hajjaj, Mizrahi, and Rich, the regular starters, but look up front. Ido Kujikaro and Jeremy Tyler making his first start since the first game of the season when they were against Maccabi Tel Aviv, and that, of course, has to do with the injuries to Jefferson and to Strong. We'll talk about that in a minute. Starting lineup, the one we expected from Ashkelon, Moran Roth, the point guard. And here comes Brooke Sales, giving us the 5s that he always did years before. He's in the starting lineup along with Omar Sneed, Corey Carr, and Jimmy Baxter. So, Simi, we have a new look here for Maccabi Haifa, and Jefferson not in the starting lineup. We don't even know if he's going to play. Give us a little update about the injuries that he's suffering.
Well, Davon twisted his ankle when he came back after the break, and then after that he got jumper's knee when he came back and started playing. And after that got better, he pulled his groin a bit and, trying to take care of that. And the only thing that helps with that is rest.
And the injury bug biting hard for Haifa. The other, of course, Ben Strong breaking his nose. He's going to be playing with a mask tonight when he gets his chance.
Who's that mask man? It's
Ben Strong. And so Jeremy Tyler tonight getting a rare opportunity to show what he's got. He's going to jump it up against the former center here, Burke Sales, and Ashkelon has the ball, and we are underway. You saw the referees led by veteran Gili Oved, who leads the 3-man squad, and Ashkelon tonight going to try and take advantage of the absence of Davon Jefferson. Jimmy Baxter lets that one slip out of his hands.
Yeah, Jimmy Baxter played for South Florida for Brad Greenberg, and then later on for McCullough.
And in his past, also a high jumper as well. I don't know if you know that. He's jumped over 2 meters 25 when he was in college. Last year played in the Turkish league.
Nice guy, nice gentleman. I was speaking to him before the game. To get back to Davon, you got to understand that his grandma Tony and his grandma Ruby are there freaking out, thinking that he's really hurt. It's not hurt that bad. So don't get back, Sophia, his mom.
When you're a pro, you get banged up. That's part of the game.
Part of the game,
But interesting that tonight in Haifa, which we've had a very stable starting 5 this whole season, regular guys we've used to see in every single game. Tonight, 3 guys who are normally not starters, Ben David, Tyler, and Kujikaro in there alongside Mizrahi and Rich. And Mizrahi, the only player who's started every single game this season for Maccabi Haifa.
The thing that surprised me is...
And if we take a look, I'm sorry, Simi, we got a problem with the clock there, and that's what the delay is for.
Okay. Yeah, that's right. The 30-second clock, that used to be years ago. And then, like 5 or 6 years ago, they turned it into the 24-second clock. When I came to Israel, there was no clock.
Yeah. You just have to
there was no half court either.
Really?
Yeah.
That's old school. So as we see here, we're right by the scorers table here. And we've seen this happen a couple of times this season, Simi. Or trouble early on.
Yep.
Now they got it 25. That's one too many. So as you follow at 50 seconds, that'll be a boring game, Simi. College basketball, of course, used to have the 45-second shot clock.
Now it's 35.
They changed it to give the game more pace, and it seems like everything has figured its way out as we take a look at Ariel Beit Alachmi, the coach for Ashkelon. A year ago coached Bnei Sharon, And this year he's got a team with a lot of talent, Simi, and so far 4-5 record, not showing what they're made of yet.
It's an older team. You got guys out there that Corey Carr is 34, 35. Omar must be about 33. Brooks Sales is 29, going on 30. You got an Baxter is like 29 also. You got a team that, that's up there, But, you go for experience. That's a very important thing. The most important thing that Ariel Bedolachmi, the coach, and Dror Ozeri, the assistant coach, is they have to keep these guys hungry, that they want to win. These are two guys that played for me years ago.
Wow.
As in the second division in Givat Shmuel. And they're guys that understand that they have to keep them. And it takes time to gel. It's a brand new team. It's the first year that they're coaching. I mean, you have to understand, Maccabi Haifa, the system is already in. It's players coming in. They know the system because it's like the second, third year that Avi Ashkenazi is here.
Yeah. Well, just a reminder for our fans watching at home about the Russian league here in Israel. You have to have at least 2 Israeli players on the floor at all times, and you might be a little distracted, but on the Ashkelon side, Corey Carr is one of those Israelis. He's a veteran player. Number 13 has been here for many years, so you know him well.
Yeah, he married an Israeli woman. He has kids, this is home for Corey, Kid that played at Texas Tech many years ago and, really loves Israel, and he's been here, and he has a beautiful wife and children, and so, it's about time he got the citizenship.
Well, he's been here for 7 years, his 7th year in the league. This is his first as an Israeli. He was picked in the 1998 draft by the Atlanta Hawks in the second round. Never quite cut it.
You have to remember, these guys went to the Final Four at Texas Tech.
Yeah. So hopefully, I don't want any more false advertising for you folks back home, but hopefully we have our technical issues figured out. Only 16 seconds into this game with a turnover by Jimmy Baxter, and the refs now going to be giving the ball to Ido Kujikaro to get it underway, and we await patiently along with everyone else. And here we go. We're underway. So glad to have the players back on the court doing what we love to see them do best.
Jason Rich with the ball. Florida State had a nice win the other day.
Benda looking for Jason Rich. Nice look down low for Kujikaro, but the ball got away. You mentioned Jason Rich. With Davon Jefferson on the bench, he is the go-to guy. He's got to take the game on himself. Moran Rott, nice look down low to Brooks Sales, gets hit by Tyler, and he's going to go to the line. Spoke to Brooks Sales before the game, of course, and he said, there's no doubt this is going to be an emotional game for him. Returning here to Haifa, where he was a very good season a year ago, scored about 10 points a game, but really became a fan favorite and was, in many ways, the heart and soul of this team. He played through a lot of injuries, played hard, and he's happy to be back. Brooks Sales, an 83% free throw shooter. Very good for a big man. Gets them both.
He's the anchor man on the team. Played at Villanova years ago.
Benda down to Jeremy Tyler. Gets it through. Tyler holds on to the ball, goes up and scores. And that is a good sign to see Jeremy Tyler being aggressive early on, Simi.
The first 2 offenses that they had, they went to Jeremy Tyler. The first one, he couldn't hold on to it, but afterwards he did.
Jimmy Baxter, baseline, tough move. Rolls right over Tyler. But they are going to call a blocking foul. That'll be foul number 2.
That's the second foul,
Jeremy Tyler.
Yeah.
And Haifa protesting. It looks like Jeremy Tyler thought he was inside in the crease there in an area where it wouldn't be called. But let's see if Avi Ashkenazi goes early to his bench. We're going to give the young man some credit and see if he can hang in there with 2 fouls.
I'd let him play. Let him get Jeremy. Let him just go out and play. Let him get the fouls.
And it looks like that's what Ashkenazi is going to do.
Got to give the kid confidence. That's the way you get it. Go out, play through it, fight through it.
And they're going to need him tonight. Most of this season, they have not relied on him very much, the young buck out of San Diego High School. But tonight, Ben Strong with the broken nose he sustained. Davon Jefferson with all of his injuries, very light in the big position there. And look at him crashing there on the boards. Very active. Jeremy Tyler keeps it alive. Cannot get the follow, but You got to like the aggressive play by 18-year-old Jeremy Tyler early on tonight. Moshe again looking for Jeremy Tyler. And the steal there by Jimmy Baxter. 3-on-1. Rod. Back to Baxter. Bucket for Ashkelon. A fast break bucket for Ashkelon. 4-2 for them early on. And look at that. Brooks coming over the top. Omar Sneed going to go all the way out to Jimmy for 3. Got it.
That's a nice pass by Omar. Giving up a shot that he could have taken, not a problem. Gave it up and knocked down a 3.
And Kujikaro. And they're going to call the walk on Jeremy Tyler. Haifa looking sloppy early on as the press from Ashkelon doing the damage. You see the turnovers, 4 for Haifa, and that is a category that they lead the league in. Nothing to be very proud of.
Well, when you have a new team or 3 new guys out there, including your center and your point guard, there are going to be some difficulties.
Omar Sneed pulls up, adjusts. Corey Carr has it, and they're going to regroup over there. Heaves up a 3, and Rich with the rebound. Haifa led the league a year ago in turnovers. That was their main weakness in a season where they were excellent statistically, and this year started off well, but now turnovers in and out for Rich. Kujikaro goes for it, and Haifa recovers the ball. Haifa also leads the league in turnovers, so.
The referee, Esteron, is telling Joe Roseri, the assistant coach, to sit down because they like to have just one person standing up. And he got a quick whistle. You know, Esteron has a quick whistle.
And next time it's going to be a T. Benda with the penetration move, takes the hit, cannot get to fall. And they call the foul on Jeremy Tyler. That's going to be number 3 on him. It looked like Jeremy got the worst of that exchange. And now they don't have any choice. Now he's going to have to go to the bench, and it will be Davon Jefferson with all of his injuries. Yeah, let's take another look at that over there. It looked like he just got tangled, Semi.
But I don't know, I don't understand some of the, when you have a player that's injured, especially in the groin area, he should be playing right away because he's already warmed up from the warm-ups instead of letting him cool off and then putting him in. Who knows?
Well, Jefferson is playing. It's his first game this season coming off the bench. Last year played many of those games in that role. Actually won the 6th Man of the Year award last season.
Nice block by Benda on a layup by Moran Roth. Very quick player. Last year.
7-2 for Ashkelon, and Haifa is going to be looking for some offense now from the injured Davon Jefferson as Jeremy Tyler looking good early on, but picking up 3 quick fouls.
That's a shame. The kid, that's lack of experience sometimes. I don't know what to tell you.
Ashkelon throws it away. And no lack of experience there for Corey Carr.
Yeah, just miscommunication.
And I hope that Jeremy gets a chance to get back in the game because this was a rare opportunity for him. And looked very aggressive, very active early on. Of course, he's been followed very closely this season. The kid who came out of high school a year early, should be a senior right now in high school, but instead getting a whole different education here in Israel's top division. Davon for 3, buries it. Is that guy injured?
2 points.
Well, either way, it was a nice shot.
Yeah, that's what Davon has improved tremendously, is his mid-range. Oh,
that was a bad throw, and here comes Jimmy all alone, throws it back. And that was just a mistake by Mizrahi. Did not see him coming, and Jimmy Baxter making him pay with a nice reverse dunk. Baxter's got 7 out of Ashkelon's 9. He is their leading scorer, averaging 14.5 points a game this season. And now they're doing the same thing to Haifa, telling their assistant to sit down. Elad Hassin. Avi Ashkenazi getting into the ref's face. Yaron Zarif. Mizrahi down to Kujikaro, working against his former teammate, Brooke Sales. Nowhere to go. And they're going to call the foul on Sales, and I don't know about that either.
All ball.
It was totally all ball. But you know what? The last foul against Jeremy Tyler, also a phantom call. So the crew, three-man crew, Giliovid, Esteron, and Romano.
It's a pretty good crew. You know, Romano and Esteron have rabbit ears. You know, they hear everything and they take it personally. So you have to adjust to that. You can't be calling them under your breath because they listen.
What exactly were you calling them? Oh, okay.
A humma.
Kujikaro drills them both, and it is now 9-6. So Haifa down by 3, and 3 fouls for Jeremy Tyler. For those of you just joining us, the young man opened in the starting lineup, and they are going to say now that Omar Sneed moved his pivot foot.
I don't understand why Omar Sneed is bringing the ball up and Moran Roth or Corey Carr aren't. Or Baxter even.
So far it's been all Jimmy Baxter for Ashkelon. And really these whistles are coming out of nowhere now. Just tons of whistles, and we haven't yet gotten into a real flow of this game, Simi. The offenses seem to be a little sputtered because of the call of officiating.
I don't know. The refs are calling everything in sight and everything that's out of sight.
Ben David leading the offense for Haifa tonight instead of Dror Hajjaj, who will be coming off the bench. And there is Jefferson going to work down low, and he gets the bucket. Davon showing no signs of the injuries. He has 4 quick points.
But that's lack of defense, because you can't let Davon catch the ball down low so low in the paint and expect him to miss. You have to keep him off the ball, and that's what Ashkelon has to do.
There is Baxter. Looks out to Sneed, who throws up a rainbow, no good. Rebound, Jason Rich. And Haifa now, after a sluggish start, getting going a little bit. Kujikaro down low, working on Sneed. The strip comes in from Rott, and he's going to try and go all the way. Rott floats it up and gets it over the outstretched arms of Jason Rich.
And Kujikaro has to understand, he has no left hand, so what's he trying to dribble the ball from the right to left and just do what you can do and not try to, stay within yourself.
Mizrahi pulls up for 3.
Nice
That's
shot.
a big one.
Yeah. I keep telling you that if Mizrahi has a good game, they never lose because he can open it up.
And he's had a hard season. He's averaging under 6 points a game. Last year was 8.5, and really just had that one big game early in the season, and since then, struggles. Which with the rebound. We're all tied at 11. The foul called on Jimmy Baxter.
And the team from Ashkelon has fallen in love with the three-point shot. And they got some big boys on that team. They got Brooke Sales. Omar Sneed can play down low. He's wide, and And
they've got a new player they just signed, Avis Wyatt. We might get a chance to see him later on, but you mentioned it, 1 for 5, and they go up top. That's too easy for Davon.
Wow, they can't let him catch the ball. I don't know. I guess they just like Davon.
Well, Davon off the bench tonight, first time this season, and he is leading his team as usual. 6 points for Davon.
I got news for you. I think it's the first time in his life. Really?
Well, last year he was the 6-man award for
Haifa. Right.
Yeah.
I forgot.
It's okay.
Until you drilled it into everybody's mind, he got to start. Jason Rich.
Wide open, no good. Baxter gets it, throws it right back to Kujikaro. Can't get the roll, but Jefferson gets the read and the put in. And Davon, 8 points off the bench, and we have our first timeout. We'll be right back. We can't hear what's going on inside the timeout for Irony Ashkelon, so it's a perfect time for you all at home to go and purchase your Maccabi Haifa merchandise right here on triangleinternet.tv. Your favorite merchandise, much more available right here online. I know you love it, Sam.
Oh, man, I got so much stuff I don't know what to do with it. You know what the problem about losing weight is? Man, I'm going to have to buy new stuff.
And all the better for Maccabi Haifa merchandising.
That's right.
That's their best client.
Well, they had to stitch 4 or 5 pieces together to get it around me.
They pay per fabric, you know. Of course, you're watching us here on triangleinternet.tv on the internet as well as on Jewish Life TV, available all across America and Comcast, DirecTV, everywhere.
I'm getting phone calls from friends in the States. Howard Garfinkel, all those people are watching the games, you know, on Thursday night. You know, they're watching it.
It's must-see TV, Simi.
What?
Thursday night at 8 p.m., must-see TV, you and me, across America, frightening thought.
Another friend of mine told me he got really scared. All of a sudden, he heard my voice in his living room. He lives in Vermont. He wanted to move out of the state.
It was like poltergeist.
He wanted to leave the country.
We are back.
5 seconds. Oh. Foul is called on Kujikaro.
Ito Kujikaro, the captain, number 13. First foul called on someone not named Jeremy Tyler.
That's the 4th foul. Next one they shoot.
Moran Rott, a very good point guard, played a year ago in Jerusalem. Now the quarterback of this team in Ashkelon, and the team of veterans, and he's the glue that keeps them together as the point guard of that team.
And the year before that, he played in Ulon.
Won a championship with them. Omar Sneed going all alone, fires up a rainbow, gets it.
Nice shot.
He's been known to hit those, a teammate a year ago of Moran Rott in Jerusalem. And the two of them relocating, and there's a man on your screen.
Oh, man.
Brian Tolbert, haven't seen him yet in the game.
Davon threw a really good dime, then right on the head. Mizrahi missed the layup.
And here comes Dror Hajjaj, the starter all season. Tonight, coming in off the bench in place of Amit Ben David. Ben David has been quiet tonight so far, just a single assist. So Benda takes a seat. And we do get our first glimpse now for Ashkelon. Wyatt, number 7, in for Brooke Sales. He is a new player who was just signed. This is his debut now in the Israeli League.
Played last year in Holland. Played for Arik Shibak. I saw him up in Jerusalem play the game when they played him. Played really nice game.
He graduated from Virginia State University in 2007.
Second Division II school.
Big guy, large body.
Got the rosters.
Kujikaro no good there. And Wyatt gets his first rebound. Haifa up by 3. Sneed going again, back to that three-pointer. No good this time. He falls in love with that one sometimes. And one of those players who can make a shot from anywhere on the court. Our featured matchup, Jefferson working on Sneed. No good that time. His first miss, but he gets it right back and puts it in.
Omar has to box out Davon, otherwise he's going to score a million.
And Davon has 10 points so far, and maybe we're seeing a glimpse of those injuries, because that's a ball he would dunk down every single time, Simi, and just lays it in there. And there is Sneed with the offensive board, and he gets it in. So not a lot of defense here.
Oh, no. Davon went over to help change Moran Roth's shot that when he penetrated, nobody boxed Omar Sneed out, and Omar did the right thing. He just went straight for the offensive rebound.
Rich takes the hit. Tough rainbow shot. No good. Rebound. Jefferson goes up again. Gets the contact. Can't get the continuation. He's going to go to the line. And what else can you say about Davon Jefferson, Simi? The guy comes off the bench tonight. He's got injuries everywhere. He's got 10 points in the first quarter.
I'm impartial when it comes to Davon. So, I love the kid.
Davon just solidifying his MVP credentials game after game. And tonight, a gutsy performance. That's number 11 for him.
I spoke to a friend of mine, Tommy Conrad, who's the head scout for the Orlando Magic, and I told him he knew about Davon, but he didn't know. He's watching him, probably be watching him now or on Thursday night, because he definitely could play in the league. It's just a matter of getting the right situation.
Davon's got a dozen, and Jesse Pelot-Rosa, his first appearance in the game. So is Brian Tolbert, and there is Tolbert going to work right away. Before he even has a second in the game, he's scoring. Brian Tolbert.
Brian does the right things. He just rubbed his man off of the player that was there, and curled to the basket.
And there's Jefferson all the way, gets it in traffic. 14 points. Davon Jefferson taking over this game. We're in our last minute in the first quarter. Rod to Wyatt, nice move there. Avis Wyatt showing his athleticism, streaking towards the rim. Hajjaj out to Jefferson. He's got Rod on him, a mismatch. Pulls up for three, no good. Ball bouncing everywhere, and there's Jefferson to clean up the ball. He's everywhere. Foul's going to be called on Wyatt. Let's take another look at that. You see here the look and the alley-oop with Wyatt, and coming back the other way. Fujikawa is going to go to the lines. They called the foul on number 7. Fujikawa been to the line 5 times tonight, made it 4.
Yes.
Wyatt with the rebound. Half a minute to go in the quarter. Haifa up by 4 after a slow start. Here is Sneed getting tangled. It goes off of Jefferson's foot, they say.
That's what they say.
And so it'll be a new 24, and that means there's only a 1-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Ben Strong going to make his first appearance of the game, sporting that Richard Hamilton rather, look, but they're going to make him sit down, and he won't be coming in. Instead, Richard Roby will make an appearance, number 21. In place of Davon. They don't want him.
They don't want him picking up a foul.
And Davon takes a seat, and the crowd goes wild. This guy comes in off the bench, 14 points. And how many minutes? In 6 minutes. Can you believe that, Semi? 14 points in 6 minutes. And here's Tolbert. And they call a foul. So that will be number 5 on Haifa, and Ashkelon will go to the line. Brian Tolbert, a bench player. And Moran Rod takes a seat now. Avi Sukar in. Davidi's also in there, so both teams going deep to the bench. And back comes Jefferson, back comes Ben David. So they want Jefferson in there for the final offense here with 7.7 seconds to go in the first. Brian Tolbert to the line. He is a point-a-minute kind of player. And
he played at Eastern Michigan, played for Ben Braun many years ago. Before Ben went to University of California, Berkeley.
His hometown is Detroit, Michigan.
Yeah,
oh, man.
And you know who he played with? He played with the smallest point guard in the NBA right now. Played in Italy last year.
DJ pulls down the rebound. That's his 4th. He's just racking up the stats. Here comes Hajjaj. To the corner. Roby pulls up for 3 at the buzzer. No good. So that'll do it. An interesting first quarter, to say the least. 23-20 for Haifa. We'll be back right away for the second. Hey, Simi, you want to see a shooting contest here from the fans?
I'd like to shoot somebody right now.
Well, your hostess with the mostest over there is about to introduce him, and here they are. Takes a shot. No good. Another one. No good. They look like some players in the league, I know. Takes another shot. Rims it out. Here's the other guy. Drills it. Simi, he nailed it.
He said, excuse me after that.
And there you go. I think that's the first shot we saw this season from a fan who hit it from three-point range. That's impressive. Well, not bad. Three-point numbers for the team so far, not great. 1 out of 6 for Ashkelon from 3. 1 out of 4 for Haifa. But the story has been Davon Jefferson. With his injuries, with all the things, coming off the bench first time this year, 6 minutes, 14 points, 3 rebounds. Your response?
It looks like they didn't even prepare for him. It really surprises me that you got to keep Davon off the boards. You got to keep him off the ball. You got to work hard, and he's getting the ball wherever he wants it. So what did we do in practice all week long in Ashkelon? I mean, they played against him. They beat him the last time in the Cup. I mean, what are people thinking about?
And especially when he has this weakness everyone knows about. You see the numbers over there. He's almost at his average for the whole game after just 6 minutes of play. So Ashkelon definitely, we don't have a mic in there, but you can bet that Ariel Beit El-Achmei, first concern, stop number 5.
And Ashkelon is in a zone.
And Pelot Rosa pulls up for 3, not bashful, buries it.
Yeah, it's a nice shot. Nobody was out on him. They thought they were going to reverse the ball. The ball wasn't reversed. Dror threw it back to him. Hajjaj threw it back to him, and he was all by himself and knocked it down.
Well, Jesse Pelot Rosa not getting a lot of minutes this season, but making the best of what he has, scoring almost 7 points a game and nice numbers from three-point range. And you know what, Simi? He leads the entire league in free throw shooting.
Nice block by Davon on Omar Sneed.
And here comes Davon. And they're going to call the foul on Wyatt Earp. Sorry. Avis Wyatt.
Let me tell you something. That was close to an offensive foul. I'd like to see it again.
I would too.
I love Davon, but, I don't know who went into whose area.
Well, Davon's at the line, and he is just going to add to his impressive total so far. $16 points for Davon. Avi Sukar out there with Carnow, Sneed, Wyatt, and Tolbert. We've talked a lot about Brian Tolbert. He loves to play against Haifa. A year ago had perhaps one of the most memorable, that's a terrible shot there by Sneed. And here come Haifa the other direction. Tolbert this year, a sixth-man award candidate for Ashkelon, but a year ago he played for Holon and had, Simi, in my opinion, one of the greatest shots we've seen this past decade in Israel, if not ever.
Wow,
three-point shot at the buzzer, hand in his face, won the cup.
And choking him.
Yeah.
And he knocked it down, that was out of God's country.
And you know what? You couldn't argue with the guarding that Moshe Mizrahi had on him back then. You remember, hand in his face, he double clutched it from the corner.
Oh, yeah.
And
Moshe played him perfectly.
Jimmy Baxter back in the game for Ashkelon. He's their leading scorer with 7. And they're going to be looking for some offense because they have gone cold in recent minutes. Dror Hajjaj, another player, normally starts this night off the bench, and he's out there now directing traffic for Haifa. Oh, inside position, Jefferson. That was a foul, there's no doubt about it.
That's his third.
And that is the third. 3 quick fouls on Wyatt.
And the whole thing about, you got to front him when the ball goes to his side. You have to get in front of Davon, make him throw it over. Because he's a big boy, Wyatt. Now here comes Brooke Sales taking over for him. And Davon's just too athletic for Brooke. He has to bring him outside. And if Brooke comes out, he just goes by him. Davon poses a problem for a lot of players.
Inside, outside.
Yeah.
He can have it any way he wants. And Davon's so athletic down low, such good body control that you need to front him. When he gets behind you, it's just too late. There's nothing you can do. You just got to foul him and hope he misses a free throw. And tonight he hasn't. There's Tolbert. Pulling up from three. Crazy shot. But we've seen crazier shots go for this guy.
No, that's nothing to do with basketball. Brian should know better.
Up top. Pelot Rosa screams. And they're going to call the travel on Roby. When Richard Roby was signed 3 or 4 games into the season, that a lot of his minutes came at the expense of Pelot Rosa, but the two of them now out there together.
Well, this is a guards league. Actually, the Haifa team is not even playing with one big man.
Jefferson is the big man.
Well, Davon should be a 3, a 3.5 maybe. You got Dror Hajjaj out there. You got Bella Rosa. You got Roby. You got Davon. And you have Moshe Mizrahi. So you really don't have a big man out there.
Well, if you look at Ashkelon, they got Brooke Sales on pretty much 4 guards as well. Jimmy Baxter, Carr, Sukar, Tolbert.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. It's a guards league. It's crazy.
Corey Carr in the driver's seat right now at the line.
Corey Carr in the driver's seat. All right.
That's what they pay me for, Semi.
You're funny. You're funny. Thank God you pulled up that sign that said laugh, Simi.
Applause.
Applause.
The light.
Yeah.
Drills them both. First 2 points for Corey. 7:45 to go in the half. Haifa up by 7. And Hajjaj playing against a very aggressive Avi Sukar. And there he finds Roby outside. With the fake, they're going to call the travel. Who knows? Maybe. I don't know.
You had the jump shot. Shoot it.
Don't ask questions. Take the J if you have it.
Davon comes out, and here comes Kujikaro. The bump with Brooke Sales.
Bump and thump down low now.
Really don't have a big scorer out there. Either Roby or Moshe or...
Roby really the only player who can create his own shot out there. Sales, nice move, sweeping to the hoop, finishes with the left hand. Brooks has 4 in his return to Romema, where he had many memorable games a year ago.
There's 8 seconds on the clock, on the 24-second clock.
Kujikaro got hacked.
Offensive foul.
Offensive foul.
Yeah. 13, that's his what?
He just got hammered by 2 guys.
13, that makes it the second.
Take a look at
foul
it. Boom. Well, I guess they called the collision there. And that'll be the first foul in Haifa. Avi Ashkenaz is going to take a timeout. We're going to take a quick break.
Okay.
So we see some of those highlights over here. Davon Jefferson wincing a little bit in that last exchange, but no pain, no gain as Davon taking control. And we hear the end of the routine here for the dancers, playing Lady Gaga's Poker Face. She's one of your favorites, isn't she, Sammy?
Without a doubt. She is my favorite. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Yes, yes, yes. You'll learn. You'll learn.
Davon's back in the game. Moshe Mizrahi takes a seat.
Yep.
Under 7 to go in the half. Baxter. Out to Sukar. Pass to Tolbert. And there is Sales with the jumper from the free throw line. It rolls in. Brooks, Sales with another bucket. Last season, one of my favorite things about calling the games here, Seaman, was our pregame ritual. Brooks, Sales before each game coming and giving each one of us a high five. And it's nice tonight. We see he still remembers it. Keeps the ritual alive.
Yeah, Jason Rich is, he has, I don't think Jason scored at all.
He hasn't.
But, he's making guys around him better.
Yeah.
They're coming out and keying on him, and he's just dumping it down low to Kujikaro on a pick and roll. And the weak side help isn't coming fast enough from Ashkelon.
Kujikaro's made his living from the free throw line tonight.
It's a poor living.
Hey, it's a job. Somebody's got to do it. 4 out of 7 so far.
Buddy, 4 out of 7 is. I'm not even going to touch that one.
He's got 4 offensive rebounds. Ito Kujikaro leading his team in that department, and the leading Israeli in the league in that department, and that's his forte. He's really bread and butter all these years, crashing the offensive boards. He's led his team, actually, in 7 out of the last 8 years. He's led his team in offensive rebounds. That's your strange stat of the evening.
He's very offensive.
Baxter for 3. No good. Pelot Rosa with the read. And there's Jason Rich. Down to Davon. He's got Corey Carr in him. Down they go again. Carr gambles. And Davon cannot get the roll, but Kujikaro, we talked offensive rebound. That's what he does. He's got 5 of them now. Ball still floating everywhere, and it's going to be Ashkelon ball. But you got to love the aggressive nature of Haifa. Crashing those boards.
They're going hard.
10 so far, Simi. 10 compared to 2 for Ashkelon. Haifa, the league's best rebounding team.
Jason Rich puts his hands in. You got to play defense with your legs, not with your hands. I can hear Richard Hamilton. I can hear Coach Leonard Hamilton yelling at him. Jason, slide your feet, son.
You're thinking Richard Hamilton because of the mask that Brooke Sales, that Ben Strong is wearing, perhaps.
Yep. Leonard was his coach at Florida State. Very good.
Tolbert.
Yep.
Misses. Sales keeps fighting. Missed the first time, got the second, and Brooke Sales has come alive here. He's got 8. Jason Rich calling off Jefferson. Jefferson working on Corey Carr. He's got the advantage there. Ran out of room, finds Pelot Rosa.
Nice pass.
They're going to call the travel.
3 seconds.
3 seconds. And you have to give it to Ashkelon. They're making the adjustments. They are doubling up on Davon now every time he gets the ball.
It's about time. 14 points later.
Sukar for 3. Carr hustles. Tosses it up. No good. Hajjaj all alone. And Tolbert comes out of nowhere to strip the ball. Are they going to call a foul on him? They are. So Tolbert breaks up a sure layup, and Hajjaj is going to go have to earn it from the line.
And one of the guys on the bench from Haifa got up and jumped, and the refs came after him now.
They don't like people standing
up
there.
The kid ran. He had his drawer going to the bucket.
Tolbert goes for the swipe, but got a piece of the wrist.
3 straight foul shots Haifa's missed.
You see the numbers, not very impressive for each team. 60% for Haifa, 50% for Ashkelon.
It's a 2-point game.
And the public announcer here yelling defense, and the crowd responding.
So the crowd went out and played defense?
Well, I don't know. But they want their team to play defense. Carr.
Nice play.
Nice move and nice finish.
Texas Tech. He's upset that his team got blown out this week. I mean, blown out.
Nice look from Hajjaj to Kujikara.
Somebody got hurt. Who was that, Abi Sukar? No,
Moran Rod.
Moran Rod. Oh, wow. He got hurt. Somebody cleaned his clock.
He's holding his jaw. Hajjaj with his second assist of the night. Nice move there, Moran Rod behind his back. Almost leaves Dror Hajjaj tasting dust. Rod. Carr. Jimmy Baxter making his move. Lots of movement. Tolbert, tough shot, no good. The rebound, though, Brooks Sales. He's going to go straight up again. Rejected by Jefferson. A little bit of bragging rights for those two teammates there.
They went against each other every day in practice last year.
Let's take a look at that. Gets the rebound, goes up, and Jefferson says, not in my house.
Get it out of here.
Jefferson.
I'm sure Tony and Ruby are going nuts.
2 blocks for him tonight. Carr pulls up for 3. Short. Jefferson. No, Hajjaj has it now. Pushing off Tolbert. And he goes up, but misses Jason Rich. A turnover for Dror Hajjaj.
What can I tell you?
Jason Rich has got hops, but there is a limit to everything.
His elevator just goes so high.
Haifa clinging to a 2-point lead. Rott with the move. Brian Tolbert sails. Nice read by Hajjaj, who picks it off. Leading the attack. He's going to pull up for 3. No good. Jefferson with the rebound. Foul on Corey Carr.
No.
Foul on Davon Jefferson? No, it's going to be neither. We don't know what they're doing.
Jason Rich.
Jason Rich.
That's the 4th foul.
Second on Jason. 1 more, and Ashkelon will be going to the charity stripe the rest of the way.
Both teams are shooting now.
Mizrahi in. Rich out. Avi doesn't want him picking up his 3rd foul.
Yep, 2.5 minutes to go in the half.
So a relatively low scoring affair.
Relatively. It's a joke.
The foul called on Benda, and Rott's going to go to the line.
It's 2 shots.
Yep.
That's foolishness.
That's not the best foul in the world. So Haifa going to take a timeout. 2:20 to go. They're up by 2. We'll be right back. You'll see the soccer scores there on the bottom of your screen. We will have our weekly review in soccer during our halftime break, and much, much more. A jam-packed halftime show. As we take a look at Jason Rich's number, he has not scored tonight. Not great numbers, but like you said,
he's only taken 3 shots.
Averages almost 13, as you can see. And tonight we had expected him to be a major factor with the unclear status of Davon Jefferson, but Davon, of course, comes out and scores 17 points, 5 rebounds, 2 blocks. And you see that this is a continuation of the struggles of Jason Rich. The last 3 games, he's been having a hard time, averaging only 8.7 points a game, only hitting a quarter of his 3-point shots.
I blame that on you.
On me.
You're not passing to him enough, I'm telling you.
I don't control everything,
You
Sammy.
control everything, Aaron. Don't be modest.
The Simi Rieger sense of humor. It's what people come to watch.
It's called a bad sense of humor.
And with those free throws, we have ourselves a tie
ball game.
2 1/4. 2:15 in this quarter left. Pushikaro backing in on Sales. Lots of mileage on that one. Pelot Rosa hits the back iron, but Haifa controls the ball.
Benda has to start it over again. Run your offense again. Make them play a minute of defense. Tire them out. Get them frustrated.
Pelot Rosa.
Yep.
He's looking to jack it up every time he gets it. And he does,
And
right
he
over
did.
there. No good. Gets his own rebound, though. Look at the fight. Finds Benda. He was wide open.
Oh, no, they didn't hit the rim.
Has to fire a quick
Yes,
one, and he
and
buries it. And Amit Ben-David with his first points of the night. Amit Ben-David, the top 3-point shooter in the entire league. 57% of his threes he has made this season, and he shows you why right there. Sales regroups. Moran Rot. Quick move, Moran Rot. But it hits the rim. But he puts on the afterburners there and gets to the rim in a hurry. Kuji back to Benda. And they're going to go to their main man. Benda again for 3.
Smart
Again he
play.
hits it.
This is what I like
And
about.
Amit Ben-David, 2 in a
This is
row.
what I like about Haifa. Davon posted up. He threw the ball back out to the guard when they came down in double. He reposted. They gave it to him again, and he knocked it down. There it is. Nothing but net. There you go. And this is what you like about. They're not selfish. They play together as a team. That's what you like.
And Ben-David showing you what he's got. We have ourselves a timeout. We'll be right back after this.
Yeah.
Now, no kidding. This is your favorite song, Simi.
One of them.
I know you love it. This is when you do your rendition usually.
It's a shame. It's a shame Bellucci's dead.
And we get to see the show of the Maccabi Haifa Heat dancers, or Maccabi Haifa dance. I got to tell you, they have improved a lot, Simi, from the beginning of this year.
Yeah, they've improved.
You see the comparison of the point guards there. Ben-David started the game quiet. Hajjaj came off the bench, also quiet. But Ben-David now drills 2 threes in a row, and those are huge because that's the difference right now. 6 points for Haifa.
Right.
Less than a minute to go in the half.
Omar Sneed's back in the game. In for Brooke Sales.
Brian Tolbert, quiet so far. Jimmy Baxter for 3. No good. Rolls in and out. The nice one-handed rebound there by Richard Roby. Pulls it down Dwight Howard style. There is Moshe wide open.
Nothing but
Gets
net.
it.
And that's an 8-point difference now.
And just like that, we were tied and they turned the corner here.
Moshe's the man, I told you.
2.5 minutes.
Benda
Haifa scored 8
when
unanswered.
Benda and Moshe start scoring, that's just added. You know, I mean.
Jimmy Baxter. All the way rejected.
Nice play by
But
Omar
Sneed in the right place, the right
going
time.
for the offensive rebound. They should be calling one shot. 10 seconds left to the half.
Benda. Jesse. He's got 2 minutes left. He's got to heave it. Benda's got no time. Heaves it now.
Money!
And he gets it.
Money!
And Benda at the buzzer gets it.
Money!
His third three-pointer of the half. And 2 of those, Simi, were right at the end of the shot clock. And that is a huge difference right now. That's the exact difference.
That's the difference.
9 points. 43 to 32. Maccabi Haifa started out slow, but Simi, came on strong.
Yeah, but this is something that the Haifa team has to work on, not letting the other team back in the game. It was a Haifa rhythm. The game was going well, and all of a sudden, the substitutions that were, I don't know, I didn't understand some of them, but I guess the coach did, and then they came back, and, and it's all of a sudden it's a tie ball game. And let me tell you something, this Ashkelon team can get hot with Tolbert and Omar Sneed and Baxter, and you can get into real trouble.
And we just saw a team that really got hot there at the end. Let's take a look at the scorers that we had this first half. Davon Jefferson, of course, leading the way with 17 points. And right behind him there, Amit Ben-David with those big three-pointers over there. Kuchikara 6, Mizrahi 5. Brooke Sales leading the way for Ashkelon. Jimmy Baxter had 7 early on, Simi, then went ice cold. And you see the rest of the scorers over there. Let's take a look at the rest of the first half statistics as we compare these two teams who were rather equal until those last couple of minutes. You see the numbers over there. Free throws about even. Three-pointers, that's a big difference. 1 out of 11. Like you said, Simi, they fell in love with the three-pointer.
That's not good.
And it's not their game.
11.
Yeah, turnovers, of
even
course.
I understand that that's not good.
Haifa, of course, the turnovers is a big thing, and the offensive rebounds we mentioned, they're the best in the league in that department. And they got a bunch from Jefferson and from Kuchikara.
12 in the first half. That's outrageous, man.
Yeah.
I mean, turnovers, that's what's killing the Haifa team. 11 turnovers against 5. That's murder.
Haifa, of course, has 21 points off the bench, but that's a misleading figure. 17 of those belong to Davon Jefferson, who just came out and, with his injuries, had an amazing first half. We're going to send you off now to our halftime presentation. We've got our week in review in soccer. We'll have that for about 3.5 minutes. Then we will be back and have a lot of presentation for you here. Maccabi Haifa, Maccabi Tel Aviv. We'll talk about Omri Caspi. And we'll talk about a lot more when we come back. See me right after this, the week in review in soccer.
Shalom and welcome to the highlights of the 17th round of the Israeli Premiership Soccer League. I'm Gil Barak. Here we go. Guy Har'el and Hapoel Haifa played in Ashdod. In the 12th minute, a corner kick by Moshe Ochayon found Idan Shriki, who missed the target 3 feet away from the goal. Then there was another cooperation between the two. This time Shriki kick ended up hitting the pole. In the 53rd minute, a great pass by Idan Sadeh found Megraev. 1-0 Ashdod. Ashdod's goalkeeper managed to keep his net clean. 1-0 was the final score. It seems like nobody will stop Maccabi Haifa on its way to another championship. Ra'anana in red, Haifa in white. In the 37th minute, 1-0 Haifa, Rafaelov, Teixeira, Balashvili.
בלישווילי מתקן על אותה החמצה מוקדמת שלו, מבקיע את שערו העשירי העונה ומכבי חיפה עולה בדקה 36 ל-1-0. בלישווילי במרכז.
7 minutes later, Rafaelov, Teixeira, Balashvili, 2-0 Haifa.
זה יכול להיות השני, כן! איזה תיאום מופלא בצד שמאל, בלישווילי מקבל עוד מסירה מדויקת, סופר מדויקת, מג'ון טישרה, והברזילאי מסדר לגיאורגי, וכל הירוקים חוגגים את ה-2-0 של מכבי חיפה בדקה 44. סוף סוף יש קשר למכבי חיפה.
1 minute into the second half, 3-0 Haifa. Rafaelov was in charge of the goal.
איזו פתיחה של מכבי חיפה, 36 שניות מפתיחת המחצית השנייה, 3-0 למכבי חיפה, התקפה מדודה.
15 minutes into the game between Beitar Jerusalem and Bnei Sakhnin, the host attack on the Viltors goal paid off. Avi Rikan passed the ball to the middle and found Maharan Aburia, who kicked the ball into his own goal. 1-0 Beitar was the score at the break. The second half was scoreless, and Beitar wins barely 1-0 in not the best of matches, to say the least. These were the highlights of the 17th round of the Israeli Premiership Soccer League. Thanks for watching. I'm Gil Barak. Check us out next week. So long.
So that was the weekly review in soccer. And Simi, I know your team didn't do that great this weekend.
My team got murdered by the Maccabi Haifa team. I'm a Paul Ramagan fan. We got murdered. It was 2-0 after 9 minutes. And then it was a 5-0 game.
And Maccabi Haifa, of course, the equivalent for this team in the soccer league, doing great. They've only lost once this entire season.
Yeah, they're having an unbelievable season. Alicia Levy, the coach, is a great guy and a great coach, and the players just love him.
Let's get back to what we know best, basketball. And
I thought you were going to say nothing. Okay, go ahead.
And, of course, Maccabi Tel Aviv, they are in the European Championship League. They had their final game in this round on Thursday and losing.
Yeah.
They're going up to the final 16, but they didn't have the greatest game as a send-off, did they, Simi?
They played against a team called Marousi from Greece, who was a very, very average team, and they played the worst game of their season and lost the game. I mean, they played against a really weak team, and I thought it was their worst game that I've seen them play so far. And it was just a very, very. Now they got a very difficult. It's going to be a difficult group because they landed up third, and that means they're going to be playing against teams that landed up first and second. So I mean, it's either going to be Barcelona and Siena or Panathinaikos and another team.
And their coach, Pini Gershon, after the game, saying some things that actually not showing a lot of faith in his team, saying, we are not a Final Four team right now, and he got a lot of criticism for those words, but he might be right at this stage.
Yeah, but Pini's the guy who made the team.
Yeah.
So that means he failed in his job. I mean, they played $1.2 million for Lampe, the guy who the Knicks drafted, and he was horrible, an outside player, and they got rid of him, and that's crazy. I mean, they should have gone and get a real good big man, and they haven't done it.
Well, as you mentioned, they finished there after that loss. They're in third place. And we take a look now at those standings, where they stand here. Of course, CSKA Moscow, they're a powerhouse every year. They're in first place. Laboralo from Spain, who they've got Leo Eliao.
These are two teams that weren't playing that well at the beginning of the season that improved. Maccabi Tel Aviv has not improved at all. As a matter of fact, I think they've gone backwards.
And so Maccabi Tel Aviv now, from that third spot, they're going to be playing a top 2 team from another division. And their chances to get another European championship very slim. It seems at this point, especially the way they've been playing lately.
Without a doubt. I don't think, unless they bring a really, really good inside power player, I don't think they have a chance in the world.
Well, Maccabi Tel Aviv, of course, a team which we follow all season long. And another thing we've been following all season, Simi, has been one of their former players, of course, Omri Caspi, in the NBA. We're almost at the All-Star break, and he has exceeded expectations far and beyond anything anybody could have hoped for. I mean, he's going to be playing in the rookies game and the All-Star break.
Omri has done really, really well, and he's had a chance because the player that in front of him broke his arm, and he came in and he was playing, coming off the bench, and he was really good and doing the things that he was supposed to do. And Martin broke his arm also, so he started scoring a lot more. And all of a sudden, this weekend, Martin came back. And all of a sudden...
throws off the chemistry a little bit.
Chemistry with Tyreek Evans, who the next pass is going to be the first pass he throws.
Yeah.
So there are not enough balls out there, and he's been scoring 6 points a game instead of scoring 20 points a game.
And out of the starting lineup, it seems a little of that frustration. We've been reading about how, his coach saying we love his competitiveness, we love his fire, but he's got to refocus a little bit because showing a little bit of Israeli chutzpah this weekend.
Yeah, well, it's frustration. I mean, you're playing defense, you're hitting the boards, and you're not touching the ball. And, I mean, if the team was taking good shots, it would be okay. But a lot of these shots are not good shots.
All right, let's talk about the last few games that they had. They played against Philadelphia. They played against Washington. Break it down a little bit for us, the last few games in Omri Caspi's NBA career.
Philly, it was the first game that Martin came back. And it was against a team that they could have beaten. Philly's not having a good year, despite the fact that they are a good team. I really like them. I like the coach that they have. He used to coach the Washington Wizards, and Eddie Jordan. And, they got Iverson. They got a whole crew. I mean, Brand. I mean, they're good, but they haven't gelled yet. And they had a chance to win the game. It was like a tie ball game going into a 72-all, and all of a sudden they blew it.
And then they go against Washington, a team which is in so much turmoil with the Gilbert Arenas saga, and they were a team on the ropes, and they managed to beat.
Again, they were basically tied up here. We got to 24 minutes,
He's getting his minutes there, but you see the numbers not adding up. And finally against Orlando, 40 minutes.
6, and 11 is not what he's supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
He was scoring 20 points a game on good percentage. All of a sudden, he's like forcing you out of frustration. He's forcing a little bit, and his three-point shooting has gone down. Well, but, the game against Washington was a winnable game. They just never won it. And it's a shame because they're on a 6-game road trip, and they had two games that they could have played against teams that they could have won, and they didn't.
Well, let's talk overall. Zoom out to the big picture again. Omri Caspi, heading into this All-Star break, he is going to be a member of the rookies team. He's one of the top rookies in the league this year.
Oh, without a doubt.
And what does that mean for a larger picture? I mean, talking about the Israeli there, who many people didn't expect him to have such an impact. And what does this mean for Israeli basketball when he's having such a successful debut in the NBA?
Well, the thing is, the kids can dream on. It used to be you dreamt about playing for the best team in Israel. Now that we have an NBA player and a kid that grew up in Yavne, which is not a very big metropolis. It's about a half hour outside of Tel Aviv. Anybody can go to the NBA. I mean, if you're good enough, you go the right way, you do the right things, and you can make it. And that's a major, major thing. It's changed the thinking of the younger kids, and that's a very, very important thing. All of a sudden, their dreams have changed from playing in Israel and in Europe to playing in the NBA, and it can be done.
I talk a lot of the time to the players here before the game, and they all know Omri. They all played with him or against him, and even for them, it's exciting to wake up in the middle of the night and watch him in the NBA. Really inspirational for the other players, his fellow players here in Israel as well.
Well, you see, he came from nowhere. He wasn't a top draft pick. He was 23rd. He wasn't expected. A lot of people didn't even know who he was. A lot of people didn't. And all of a sudden, the kid comes in and he starts making the shots, and he has a great work ethic. The guys on the team love him for it. He's always the first in the gym and the last to leave, and he listens to what the other players have to say. Like Garcia says, the guy who plays in front of him who broke his arm, he'll do whatever I tell him to do. Yeah. I'll teach him something, and he'll go ahead and do it, not just say, yeah, and blow me off.
Let's take a look at the progression that he's had. Look at that, how he started off the beginning very slowly. 8.7, improved every month. In this last month here, 14 points a game, over 7.5 rebounds. You see on the days where he hasn't that much rest, he's scoring 13.3. I mean, he's really, despite all the expectations, you'd think, he's not used to this intensity, he's not used to this many games, but he is really just, disproving all the doubters.
And you hit a wall, and that's a problem. I mean, it happens. But, Paul Westphal, the coach, understands that some players have bad games, and they just keep on going.
Well, that's Omri Caspi. As you said, dream on for the Israeli players. And we bring you back now to our reality here in Israel. And you see the featured matchup that we talked about before the game. And no doubt who has got the upper hand on that one. Davon Jefferson did not start, came off the bench for the first time this season. And you see the numbers right there. 17 points, 5 rebounds, 2 blocks. Having his way tonight, Davon Jefferson, a point and a half away from his season average. And we take a look at some of those highlights so far, and really just most of the damage against Omar Sneed. Just having his way down low.
Omar, he doesn't have the lift that Davon has. He's a wide player, big bones, wide player. And he just has to concentrate on keeping Davon off the boards and keeping him off the ball.
And you see some of those hustle plays there by Davon, missing his shot.
Missed the jump shot, came in, and Omar was already on a break.
So Davon Jefferson, an excellent first half for him, and you see one of his rejections over there against his old teammate Brooks Sales, who leads his team.
They love going against
8
each
points
other.
And 4 rebounds.
They love going against each other.
Some friendly competition between the two old teammates. So we're about to get underway here. We see a couple of changes in this second half. Brian Tolbert, he's going to be starting. And for Haifa, coming out there with, Jefferson instead of Jeremy Tyler. And it is a shame we forgot. It's been so long already. Jeremy Tyler started out well. 3 fouls, and we have not seen him since.
He was very active, and Jeremy Tyler, you got to love the kid for really working hard.
Moran Rott comes out with a bucket.
Yeah, you can't leave the guy with the ball alone. I mean, even if there is a big man around, you got to stay with him.
Jefferson working again on Sneed. They're going to call the reach-in on Omar Sneed.
Got to play defense with your feet, not with your hands.
One of the oldest axioms in basketball.
You know, I mean, it's true. I mean, you're sticking your hands in, the refs are going to see it. Show your hands so they don't see it.
Benda starts the second half just like he did the first. Mizrahi on the move there, misses badly. And there's Jason Rich, who hasn't scored yet. Surprisingly, double up on him, and Carr comes away with the ball. And he loses it, but Tolbert somehow comes with it and finishes with the left hand. And Jefferson hit the deck hard and looks a little gimpy coming up. You don't like to see that when you're Haifa. Taking his time to join the offense.
You don't like to see it if you're anybody. You don't never like to see somebody get hurt. Nice pass.
Benda misses the wide open layup.
And that was a great pass by Kujikaro.
And it wasn't. He was just too wide open. He, I don't know, faked himself out, it looked like. So Benda can drill those threes at the buzzer, but the layup a little more difficult for him. Brooks Sales way down low, and he's going to get it from there. Brooks Sales in double figures now.
Brooks is a big guy, and you know, he just shot it right over Davon. I mean, Brooks is 6'9", 6'10".
Yep, and when he catches it that deep, it's over.
Yeah, Davon's 6'7", maybe. They're doubling on every time Jason Rich gets the ball. Corey Carr made the foul, but they don't want Jason Rich to get off. They figure they're keying on him more than they're keying on Davon, and there's a reason for that. It's much easier to stop a guard than a guy that rebounds a lot.
And it's showing. Jason Rich, no points, but nice over there, rejected by Sales. Omar Sneed wants to go to work. Nice pass down low. Brooks Sales can't get the roll. Sneed gets the rebound. Goes up again, and he cannot get the roll, but Ashkelon continues to hold on to the ball. And the foul called on Ben David.
Yeah, that's a hustle foul. You can't complain about Benda making that foul. That's a hustle play.
Foul number 2 on Ben David, but that was not a very good defensive stand for Haifa.
No rebounding, no defensive rebound.
Brooks Sales before the game told me that it was an emotional one for him tonight. He was really looking forward to playing against his old team, and so far having a very nice game. 10 points, 5 rebounds for him. Roth for 3. Way off the mark. But another rebound for Ashkelon. Tolbert pulls up. Off the note, no good. The rebound, Jefferson. So Brian Tolbert, a quiet night so far, only 5 points for him. But as we have seen so many times, he can take off any moment.
Nice. Oh, that's a shame. That was down. I mean, that was a shame. Davon gave Jason a real good pass.
Kujikaro with the board. Turnaround jumper, tough shot, almost goes for Jason. He's getting frustrated out there, 0 for 5 from the field. Carr out to Brooks Sales. He's going to take the 3. He's going to make the 3.
That's a timeout, and all of a sudden you got a tie ball game.
A tie ball game, and most of it thanks to that man, Brooks Sales. 9-0 run for Ashkelon to start the second half.
Yeah, 3 minutes, they haven't scored a point.
As we take our first stoppage of this second half. So we are 3 minutes into the second half, and it's been all Ashkelon so far and all Brooks Sales.
A 9-0 run, you know, I mean, that's doing it, you know. I mean, hitting the boards, offensive rebounds, putting the pressure on the defense, you know. They played defense for most of the 3 minutes.
So Haifa going to try and turn it around here, coming out with that same lineup. Benda throwing it in to Mizrahi, and Benda's got to cross half court.
There's 8 seconds.
Barely made it. Jefferson out to Rich. To Benda. Gets
Money.
it again, and Benda with his 4th three-pointer of the night. Benda with a season high. He's got 12 points.
And it's nice to see Jason Rich feeding him, even though he's having a game where he'd really like to get into it, but he isn't.
Tolbert doubled up. They do not want him beating them. And there's Carr from the corner, and he gets fouled, and that's never good.
No, that's a bad foul. I mean, run to bother him, never foul a jump shooter. He's in the corner. Here's Benda making the jump shot. Television timeout.
That's us. Let's take a break. So Amit Ben-David averages 3.7 points a game this season. A year ago, he averaged 5.1, and tonight he has 12 points on 4 three-pointers. And it is his, by far, his best game statistically this season. Second guy to Jefferson in points. He is 4 for 4 from beyond the arc, Simi.
That's like 20%, right?
Got to work on your math. So Benda having a great game so far, and just adding to those numbers, he is the best percentage-wise three-point shooter in the league, 57% before this game.
Kid that grew up in Ra'anana, played for the youth team there, played for the team, went to Nahariya, has been around for a while. You know, I can't believe the kid's like in his 30s. I remember him when he was 15, 16, playing for the youth team. And I was coaching the top team. They were bringing him up from the 3rd division to 2nd division. It's like yesterday.
Time flies when you're
having a good time.
Yeah.
It was 2 divorces ago.
So Corey Carr makes Haifa pay for that foul, and he gets 3 for 3 from the line. And we are all locked up again at 46 apiece. Jefferson. Benda feeling hot. Takes it again. Oh, no good. That was close. Had a man in his face, and that was his first miss from beyond the arc. They called a walk on Mizrahi. Avi Ashkenazi can't believe it.
Horrible call.
Simi can't believe it.
It's a horrible call. I can believe it. It was just a horrible call. OII, only in Israel.
Just under 6 to go in the 3rd. Omar Sneed looking for him. The ball was kicked off of Amit Ben-David.
And they restart the 24-second clock.
Amit Ben-David, believe it or not, 57% from three-point line, only 50% from the free throw line. Go explain that.
That makes a lot of sense.
It does? Tell me how it makes sense.
I said it sarcastically.
Rott finds Carr outside. No good, and Sales in the middle of all those trees gets it. Oh, but Jason Rich with the steal, and he's going to go the other direction.
It's going to be a thunder. There it is.
That is his first bucket of the night.
Yeah, Jason came up. Nice steal, nice take.
He was waiting a long time for that.
Yep.
6 attempts in the field. That was his first bucket of the night. 2 people on Tolbert. They've been traumatized by this guy too many times, and it pays off there.
Davon's all over the place. Davon contested the shot and then got the ball and tried to block it.
And here he is,
And
getting the bucket the other way, getting his own rebound again. Everywhere, Davon Jefferson, but they say he steps out of bounds.
Davon blew a layup.
He gets an A for effort, though.
Yeah, well, Sophia's going to punish him next time she sees him. That's
nice
his mom.
scoop.
Yep.
And Simi, his public relations advocate here in Israel.
Yep. I got Tommy Conrad watching him tonight.
4:45 to go in the third. Rott
Nice.
blows by everyone.
Nice. Nobody helped. No nothing. They had traffic cops out there. You go by here, you go by there.
So very balanced attack for Ashkelon tonight. They are mixing it up, and it was all Jimmy Baxter at the beginning, and he hasn't scored at all since his 7 early on. And there's Mizrahi trying to get going.
Big shot, Mizrahi.
His second 3 of the evening. So Haifa, 7 for 14 from beyond the arc. Ashkelon just 2 for 14. And Sales has one of those, fakes it this time. Instead they go down to Omar Sneed. Nice look there. Brooks Sales gets hammered and almost gets the bucket. Sales misses from the line.
Yep. Coach Lapis would be mad at him.
He graduated from Villanova in 2002 and has had a very good career in Europe. This year averaging 11.5 points per game, 8.4 rebounds, one of the league leaders.
He does all the little things that help you win. A lot of things that don't show up in the statistics. He sets a pick, he frees up the jump shooter. You know, just getting a hand on the ball, helping on defense. All the little things that a lot of people don't appreciate unless you're a coach.
And you remember his heroic effort in the final last year against Maccabi Tel Aviv. They gave him an injection before the game, an injection at halftime.
Right.
He was limping all over the place, but just fought like a true warrior in that game. Nice fake by Hadjic, but he can't continue it. Look at Kujikaro come away with the ball. And he gets stripped as well. So lots of defense here tonight.
And here comes Davidi in for the game. A kid that was born in Hulon, played in the youth program, and has been in Ashkelon for quite a while. I know his dad and mom, they're very nice people. They follow him all over. They're here tonight, I'm sure.
Averaging 2 points a game this year. And now it's going to go back Ashkelon's way. Moran Rott has taken a licking tonight, Simi. He's one of those really gritty players. He sticks his nose everywhere.
Esteron called a foul on the defensive player. And the other two refs called a foul on the offensive player.
So I guess the majority rules.
They chose, they chose up the sides.
Well,
like in the park. And that's 4 fouls against Haifa in this period. They're shooting now.
3:15 to go. Haifa clinging to a 2-point lead. They've only scored 8 points this quarter. Whoa. And Tolbert just a little high, looking for Davidi in the corner. Brian Tolbert tonight, just 5 points.
Yeah, but he hasn't been shooting that much. He's been making the guys around him a lot better.
He has played in Austria and Turkey and Italy, Cyprus. Won the cup with Holon a year ago. That is Davon.
Oh, wow, Davon's limping.
Davon does not look great right now. He looks like he's in pain. It looks like he hung up there on the rim to just absorb the blow so he wouldn't have to.
Or he came down hard under the legs.
But he still goes for the steal there, misses it, and Brooks gets the bucket. And Ashkenazi's got to see that and go to his bench right now. As Jefferson visibly limping down the court.
Ashkelon playing kind of a zone, a matchup.
Pelot Rosa for three, gets it, buries it. His second three of the night.
Now it's a 5-point lead, 56-51.
And they're going for Roby. Roby's going to come in the game. Look at Rott speeding there, but now, disconnected. And here's Rich.
Nice.
He's going to take off.
Nice. That's nice. That's a nice play. Nice steal, and Davon is really hurting.
He's hurt. Still managed to get the assist there, but he is wincing with pain and buckling over on his knee, and you do not want to chance it with your best player out there. We see the dunk. We'll have an update for you on Davon when we get back.
And Ronnie is the physiotherapist, is checking him out.
Look. We must minimize trying to steal balls and play behind, overplay well. Then it will work, okay? I want to see the energy of everybody now in the next few minutes.
Guys, did you see Corey Carr foul lead on the baseline? Foul the same thing on Brooks. No easy layup. Send the message, come on.
This is the message for him.
So you heard Avi Ashkenazi talking to his troops over there, but the more interesting news is what's happening right next to us here on the sidelines. The team there working on Davon Jefferson, the masseuse and the team trainer, and stretching out his legs. Looked like he cramped up on that knee. You mentioned the jumper's knee. And so he is lying here courtside. Richard Roby has taken his place out there on the court. A minute 45 to go in the third. Haifa up by 7.
Avi Sukar, the point guard, is, oh wow, Mr. Cripple.
And Sales just comes up short on that.
He's really upset with himself. Run your offense now, Dror. That's not an offense, but you got fouled.
So Dror Hajjaj gets fouled now, and he will go to the line. We're being told now here from the sideline that Davon Jefferson has pulled a muscle in his leg, unrelated to his other injuries, but because he hadn't practiced all week because of that injured ankle, he just stiffened up and pulled a hammy, it looks like, and we hope that he's okay. See right in front of us here on the scorers table, Jeremy Tyler about to re-enter the game. He has sat a long time. Tolbert gets the roll.
And there's a minute left in the third quarter.
Dror Hajjaj, nice bullet pass down low.
Really nice. I'm shocked that Kuzikaro caught it. That was a tough pass to handle. It was like 100 miles an hour, 4 feet away.
And Kuzikaro, like a catcher, just squatted down there and grabbed it in the strike zone.
And now we got Moshe Mizrahi coming in for...
And here's something to keep your eyes open for. Brooks Sales making his return tonight to Haifa has 16 points. Keep in mind his career high, Simi, 19 points a year ago when he played against Jerusalem. So wouldn't that be a sweet return for him here home to get his career high in Israel tonight?
I'll keep it in mind.
And keep in mind that Kuzikaro tonight...
That I've lost my mind. Here we go.
That goes without saying.
Here we go,
Kuzikaro, the line a lot tonight.
Jeremy Tyler in for Kuzikaro.
Jeremy Tyler started this game, played 3 minutes, and picked up 3 fouls in that time. Trying to guard Omar Sneed. Tolbert pulls up, throws it, no good. Here comes Sukar flying, and he goes into the bench there. and meets up with some Haifa players.
Got 18 seconds left. Last shot for the quarter. Both teams in the foul situation.
"17 seconds to go. Shot clock is off.
Yep.
And the judge is going to wait here.
10 seconds. We got 8, 7, 6, 5, 4.
Rejected
3.
by Omar Sneed. 1 second left. He heaves it from beyond half court. And it is almost good. Hits the rim. Omar Sneed heaves one up there, but it is no good. And we finish the third at 61-53 for Haifa. 8-point lead.
What was the score at the halftime? How much? 9-point lead?
Well, yeah, so Ashkelon just gained 1 point on them. They're going to need a lot more. As we take a look at the breakdown there of the quarters, you see this was the lowest scoring one for Haifa. Ashkelon getting back in, but they're going to be needing a lot more when we come back for the final period tonight. We'll be right back. You look at the numbers there for Amit Ben David, averaging 3.7 on the year, but he's got 12 tonight, and we still have a quarter to go. A quarter in which Ashkelon is going to try and get back in this thing. Jesse to the hole, left hand, no good, but he gets fouled as he hits the deck.
The help on the big man when Jeremy had the ball. He didn't help on Jesse, and Jesse got the whole way to the cut. He just missed the layup, but they fouled him from behind.
So Jesse's going to go to the line. He's got 6, and now over his season average. So the one thing you got to like about Jesse is no matter how many minutes, no matter what the situation, he gets his points somehow.
He plays hard. He likes to score, but he plays a defense. You got to like what the kid brings to the plate.
He's got a football player's mentality.
Yeah, okay.
And he was a football player with the New York Jets squad, and he's got to be happy that the New York Jets still alive in the NFL playoffs. They're playing tonight against San Diego. I'm sure Jesse will be up late watching.
And nice steal by Dror Hajjaj, bringing it down. Davidi made the foul. He had to, otherwise it would have been a layup.
And a 10-point lead for Haifa now. Take a look there. Davon Jefferson sitting on the bench. Wouldn't it be nice if Haifa did not have to risk an injury to him by bringing him back in the game again? Down to Jeremy Tyler, working on Brooke Sales. Mizrahi. No good. Jeremy keeps it alive, and Hajjaj has the ball, and he goes all the way now. Jeremy keeps it alive again. So 2 nice plays on the board for Jeremy Tyler.
You got to like what he's been doing. He can't grab it. He smacks it and keeps it alive. Gives the kid a lot of confidence.
Down low, poked out of the way by Brooke Sales. Jimmy Baxter, Sukar holds up and tries to regroup. Davidi out to Sneed. Lots of passing. And there's Davidi. He's going to heave the 3. Nice looking offense for Ashkelon, but they couldn't connect.
Yeah, but that's because Haifa was playing such good defense that the next passer had to throw another pass, and that's why they were throwing the cross-court passes. You know, you like to see Haifa play that type of defense, you know, and a minute and a half goes by and there's a timeout.
And we're going to take a break.
Pass the ball to the open guy, cool. In the offense, in transition offense, pass the ball to the open guy. In the set, good screen, extra pass. It was good inside and outside to Moshe. Moshe, זה קצת רחוק. עוד שנייה. Play with confidence, execution, every offense, we go inside to take fouls. They have 3 fouls, we have no fouls. Use our fouls in time to stop fast breaks on somebody's a mismatch. Don't give the fouls to next week. Let's go. Let's go, baby, go.
And Davon is coming back into the game.
With a 10-point lead, and after all of his injuries. And we're going to see him out there together with Jeremy Tyler. We haven't seen those two play a lot of minutes together this year.
And what's interesting is that Ashkelon already has 3 fouls on the quarter against them, and it's really early.
Mizrahi misses the 3. He's taken a lot of shots from out there tonight.
I don't know how many. They just look like a lot because they're long shots.
That makes sense. Sukar with a sweet move.
Very sweet. Sukar in Hebrew means sugar.
There you go. See me translating the puns.
That's why Aaron thinks he's funny.
However, a turnover at the end of that sweet move, and the lead is still 10. Hajjaj, baseline, down low.
Nice pass, and they couldn't finish it. But it's a foul. That's a nice offense. They ran the defense down. They made them concentrate. Eventually, you lose concentration. And they're changing the point guard, Sukar and Brooks, for White and Roy.
So Wyatt, in his first game here, has been active on the boards, but also in the foul department.
Yeah, picked up 3 fouls real quick.
And there is Moshe, and Moshe quietly putting together a nice game. He has 9 points. If I'm not mistaken, he's only been in double figures once this season, and that was that big game early on when he scored 18. Well, and he is now in double figures as well.
And how many shots is he taking?
Moshe Mizrahi has taken 7 shots, made 3 of them. So the lead up to 12 now, the biggest of the night, and it's now or never for Ashkelon to get something going here. They have just gone very quiet here. Corey Carr to Wyatt, who gets the touch in there, and nice play by Corey Carr.
Really nice. He could have shot the ball himself.
And they're going to call the offensive. So Ashkelon maybe getting some momentum.
That's referee by name of Romano. He has a very good imagination.
So the lead is 10. Moran Rott. Penetrating. He is quick, and he could have gone to the hoop there, but he looked to make...
gotten thrown back by Jeremy Tyler.
And tried to go for the extra pass, and it goes out of bounds. Corey Carr driving the lane.
Corey Carr driving the lane. And wasn't that a sweet shot by Avi Sukar?
You gotta love it.
I gotta love it. Now you need a definite imagination.
Hajjaj with the move. Looks to Tyler, throws it down hard.
Yes, Jeremy Tyler in
Takes
your
off
face.
and gets the fans here going berserk. Let's take a look at that one there. A big hammer by Jeremy Tyler.
And that's why I say Dror Hajjaj is so important to this team, because he gets people involved into it.
And Jeremy serving up a facial right there. We take a timeout break as Haifa's lead up to 12.
That's all right.
So in 3.5 minutes, Ashkelon has only scored 2 points, and they find themselves now down by 12 as we hit the stretch drive of this fourth period.
Yeah, but there's plenty of time left. It's 6.5 minutes to go in the game. You know, I mean, Ashkelon can be an explosive team, just like Haifa can.
And don't forget, they have a guy on their bench named Brian Tolbert. Has 7 points tonight, but he can heat up in a hurry. Sneed working on Roby down low. With the fake.
Oh.
And they are going to call the foul. It looks like on Jeremy Tyler on the help.
I don't know. I think it was on Roby, 21. It was on Roby. Roby hit him across the arms. Across the arms. Jeremy got it clean.
Very aggressive. Jeremy Tyler tonight. He's got 4 points, 3 rebounds. And spoke to him before the game. Came back from his month-long break in San Diego and says it's good to be back, and it feels like it's a totally different scenario than when he first came here to Israel. Not as many jitters, not as many of those,
Look, you mature as you have to realize the kid's young, and you mature and you come along, and all of a sudden you feel comfortable. You know what the food's like, you know what the sound of the language is, and you have friends already, and that's a very, very important thing.
And hopefully that will translate into his play, which was not very impressive early on this season. He's looking to pick it up now as we head to the second half of the schedule. Hajjaj, nice jumper.
Knocks it down, and they back off of him, and he just puts it up.
And the lead up to 13. Jimmy Baxter gets yanked by Hajjaj, and they get into each other's face. Hajjaj telling him,
I made a
no
foul.
hard feelings.
I made a foul.
Jimmy not taking it too kindly. Got to be a lot of frustration for Jimmy Baxter. He's the leading scorer of that team, and he started out extremely hot in the first couple minutes and hasn't scored a thing since then. Rich in, Roby out. Wyatt moving in, spins, ball gets away, but Rott recovers it. Omar Sneed taking a tough move and a tough shot. It almost rolls, but Rich has it. And he pulls up.
Nice.
And he gets
it. Nice shot. And now it's a 15-point lead.
And Haifa in total control right now.
Yeah, but there's plenty of time left, 5 minutes.
Not looking at all like the team that lost Ashkelon less than a month ago in the Cup. Just to keep you up to date in the Cup, they not only won in the round of 16, Ashkelon went on to win in the round of 8 as well, and they are in the semis now, along with Bnei Sharon, Maccabi Tel Aviv, and Netanya.
That's right.
Netanya, another big surprise. And Davon Jefferson looks like he is in pain once again. And at some point, Ashkelon has got to take him out of the game tonight. They're up by 15.
Probably when the game's
and your
over.
best player is really taking a beating tonight. And they got to be ready for Saturday in 6 days from now, because they have even a tougher matchup then when they travel to Jerusalem, my hometown, here and face off with Hapoel Jerusalem. Tolbert, short rim. Jefferson goes to his left hand and gets it.
Wow,
and there's an injured Ashkelon player.
Somebody's down. That's Corey Carr. He doesn't know he's injured.
Jefferson, 21 points for him tonight. With all the injuries, a heroic effort for him this evening.
Davidi's in the game for Corey Carr.
Corey Carr takes a seat after taking a spill. And you see Avi Ashkenazi having an animated conversation with the ref, Gili Oved. And the fans with a couple choice words for Gili Oved as well.
Gili's becoming a religious guy. Oh no, that's bald, that's no hair. You see, I thought it was a skull cap.
Sales gets fouled. He's going to go to the line.
That was a joke.
I got it.
That was okay. Oh, I figured I had to put up the sign, Joe.
Applause.
Funny.
We need the applause sign.
Applause.
Yeah.
Applause. That's a car. All right, and there, Jeremy Tyler getting a hand from the players.
4 fouls in Jeremy Tyler, 4 points, but an A for effort.
You know, I'll tell you the truth. I would have let him play through it.
Yep.
I would have let him foul out.
You're up.
You're up. What? You're up 16 now. You know, I mean, come on, let the kid play. The kid's in the game.
I agree with you.
He's active. He's on the boards. He was active the whole time he was on the court.
Nice performance tonight for Jeremy Tyler.
Yeah, if he keeps that up, he'll really become a good player. I think he changed his attitude.
And look, it helped tonight that Ben Strong was not available, so he got some of the Ben Strong's minutes.
Yeah, Roby broke his nose in practice.
In and out, the rebound by Sales, but it gets away from him. And they're going to call a foul on Kujikaro, and he can't believe it. Fans can't believe it. Can you believe it?
Yeah, 2 shots.
Foul number 3 on Kujikaro.
And that's a shame because the clock stops.
Kujikaro can just raise his hands in the air and say, what have I got to do here?
Not foul. Get the rebound, not foul.
With that point, Brooke Sales ties his career high in Israel. The next one will be a career high. And how sweet would it be to do it against his former team here in Romema? He does it.
13-point game. It's not over till the fat lady sings.
And you don't have a date tonight.
No, I'm going out with myself. I'm going out with you, actually.
13-point lead. Hadjaj, nice move.
Nice play.
Gets the roll.
Nice play. He beat Moran Raw to the bucket. Nice play. Layup time.
Those two guys.
He started off, he wasn't having a good game at all. And now he's...
And there's Jimmy Baxter. He cannot buy a break.
Call the basket good because he smacked the backboard. And he's gone over to, Davon's gone over to the referee, and he's talking to him.
To plead his case, but...
plead his case, and you know, Sophia, you got to control him.
And how many times have you seen that work, Sammy? When a player goes over the ref, and the ref says, you know what, you're right, my mistake.
Yeah, right.
Never.
Right.
Never works.
When I lose weight, that's never.
Elad Hoffman in there, number 12. And Hadjaj heating up.
Your Hadjaj knocking it down. And all of a sudden, it's 16.
Baxter. The rebound. Sales, no. Goes down. Tangled with Kujikaro. Two of them having a tango under the rim.
13, that's Kujikaro. That's what, his fourth.
What are they going to do now? Sit him and bring in Tyler?
No, let him play it out.
Yeah.
You know, you bring in Tyler, and then me and you, I'll get on top of you, and we'll run the court.
I think we better do it the other way around.
And then we won't be able to run the court. I'll roll the court.
And Sales adding to his career night here.
I really like Brooks.
Great guy. Brooks also basketball runs in his family. His sister Nikisha, one of the top players in the WNBA.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Nikisha Sales played for Connecticut, played for a bunch of other teams in the WNBA.
Played for the University of Connecticut?
The Connecticut Sun of the WNBA.
The Connecticut Sun. But he's a Philly kid, right?
He is indeed.
Yeah.
And Hajjaj to the line, and he is now in double figures as well. So 4 Maccabi Haifa players in double figures, led by Davon Jefferson with 21. Hajjaj started slow, came on strong.
Yep.
Same thing with Ben David, and Hajjaj has also got 5 assists to his name tonight. He is 3rd in the league in assists, 5.1. Here comes Hajjaj, all the way.
Here comes the judge.
And he gets it.
Here
It's
comes
fouled
the
in
judge.
reserve.
Here comes the judge. Here comes the judge.
A reverse layup for Hajjaj. And take a look at this. Look at him speed it up.
Here comes the judge.
Gets the hit by Elad and sweep underneath.
Yeah, nice play. Use the rim as protection.
And Hajjaj now. We talked about Benda all night. Look at how him catapulting now with 14 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists.
19-point difference.
And this one looks like it is all over now. 2:20 to go. Sales fires a 3, no good. Jefferson with the rebound, and that'll do it, it looks like, tonight, as the fans beginning to celebrate here in
2
Ramah.
minutes left. The fat lady has sung.
And a game that was very close, and that's probably one of the main reasons. 47% from beyond the arc, only 11% for Ashkelon. They could not connect from deep. Brian Tobert was cold, and nobody else picked it up. Kujikaro underneath, gets his own rebound.
1-incher.
Goes up again, left hand, no good.
2-incher.
Davidi pulls up.
Nice play by Davidi. You like to see that off a young kid. Not that young anymore. I just keep remembering him as a kid in my camp.
Guys in their 50s are young to you already, Sammy.
Now you're starting, huh? 11 days, I'm going to be 64.
Oh, my goodness.
I finally hit my IQ. Took a while.
I guess maybe I haven't hit mine yet. Davidi. And they're going deep to their bench right now. Number 4, Dan is in there. Hoffman.
I got news for you. That's what Avi Ashkenazi should be doing, too.
Exactly.
Putting the young kids in.
And hopefully,
put the kids.
Do it for Davon Jefferson.
Ronnie Stark.
And what about? And there we go. Davon is going to take a seat.
And what
finally,
about
Todd Golden hasn't played yet.
Come on.
Davon getting a big round of applause from the fans for a heroic effort here tonight with all the injuries. 21 points for him. A big night for Davon Jefferson. A minute left to go in this one. Both point guards out there, and it's Kujikaro and 4 guards pretty much. Going down to Kujikaro. Can he get it in there? He gets fouled, and he is going to go to the line and hopefully become the 4th Maccabi or 5th Maccabi Haifa player in double figures. And this will tell you a little bit about the balance this evening, because Ashkelon only won. Brooks Sales, 24 points tonight, a huge game for him, a career night. But the rest of the guys...
Oh, well, so how much Omar Sneed have?
Omar Sneed is 7, Corey Carr 7, Rott 8, and Jimmy Baxter 9.
Surprising.
And Ido Kujikaro has got 10 rebounds as well, 1 point short of the double-double. And this one is coming down to an end. Davidi fires it up, no good. The rebound by Benda, who adds another part to his stat. There is Mizrahi. Rich and Haifa is just going to take their time. Up by 16. They continue their hot winning streak. This makes it 7 in a row for them in league play. Benda, is he going to try it again? Out to Mizrahi. Unselfish play. Mizrahi with the floater, and he gets it.
With 1 second left on the 24. You gotta love it.
The rebound by Hajjaj.
Oh, he just
and that'll do
snatched it. There's money.
Oh! No good. So that'll be your final score, 86-68. Yes, it's a palindrome, but it is also an 18-point victory for Maccabi Haifa. The team that dropped the game against Ashkelon in the Cup. Very disappointing for them, but they get their revenge this evening here in Romema against a very tough team. This makes it 4 losses in a row for Ashkelon in league play, 7 victories in a row for Haifa. And technically, they are the hottest team in the league right now.
The hottest team in the league right now is Maccabi Tel Aviv.
Well, not counting Maccabi Tel Aviv.
Right.
You know, they're not part of this equation. It's not even fair with them. So we're going to wait now to our post-game interview. But in the meantime, let's go over the stats a little bit here and give you the rundown of our top scores. You see the numbers there on Brooks Sales, 24 points for him, 9 rebounds as well. Excellent game for him in his return. Baxter, 9, Rott, 8, Sneed, 7, as well as Carr. And for Haifa, it was Davon Jefferson off the bench, 21 points, 8 rebounds for him. Hajjaj with 14 coming on strong. Ben Davi and Mizrahi with a dozen. Kujikaro, 9, and 10 rebounds. We'll take a look at the stats and see how they stack up. And the big point there, the three-pointers. Ashkelon killed Haifa in three-pointers in the game where Tolbert went crazy in the Cup. But tonight, only 2 for 19. Haifa shot the same number, but hit 9. And you see the rest of the numbers there, the assists, the rebounds that Haifa leads the league in, the field goal percentage. Complete domination for Haifa and another easy victory for them as they defeat Ashkelon. Haifa improves to 8-2. And we are going to wait and see if we can speak to one of the players. Simi, your wrap-up of this game.
Well, you know, it was a strange kind of game. Maccabi Haifa was in control most of the game, but always letting Ashkelon come back into the game until the middle of the third quarter when the defense went to work on them. They couldn't, they shut them down. They shut Ashkelon down, played a tough game. And in the fourth quarter, it was dominated by the Haifa team. What we like to see is the defense coming together. You had a lot of good players out there. You had the Pard Bender played a real good game, and here we got Bender played a good game, and you had Jorah Hajjaj came on in the second half and played a good game.
So great game for the point guards for both the team, but the real guy who is here is Davon Jefferson, now getting a round of applause from the other players on the team.
Why are you
here? And he is here because he had a heroic performance tonight, Sim, with all of his injuries.
You're bothering us.
With all of his injuries, 21 points and 8 rebounds. Davon, tell us about this coming back, and we know about the ankle, about the knee. You were wincing a lot of the game. How'd you keep up tonight with all those bumps and bruises?
Man, I felt like I was 35 today, man.
I wish I felt like I was 35.
Man, had a long 2 weeks of practice. Twist my ankle, my knee. I recently just hurt my groin. And we knew that Ashkelon, they was going to play real hard tonight. We knew it was going to be a battle. I just had to suck it up and just play today and just do everything I could for my team to win.
After you warmed up, you went to the bench. Don't you feel you should have started when you were warm on your groin area and everything? Well, did you speak to Coach about it?
Yeah, I spoke to him about it, but he felt that the best thing was for me to come off the bench and see how the game is going. Because right now I'm not fast.
How did you feel about Jeremy Tyler being so active and helping when he was in there?
We knew he was going to be an active body. We knew he was going to block shots. And the athleticism in him just to be active tonight on offense and defensive end.
So Jeremy started out tonight. He got into quick foul trouble, and then you came in, and we were all concerned about your well-being. Your coach said he wasn't even sure you were going to play, and then you came out and had that huge first quarter. What was the key for your success tonight?
The main thing is I just try to be active and never just stop moving without the ball. Right now I can't jump right now, so I'm just being more physical, just bumping and fighting down low. So that's the main thing, is just being more aggressive than them.
But it looked like the team was looking for you more. You posted, they doubled on you, you kicked it out, you reposted, they threw the ball in. We haven't seen that much in this year. You know, I mean, I got a feeling Benda and everybody, even Kushikara, was throwing the ball inside to you. Why?
Because we knew at the same time, me hurt or not, I was still going to draw a lot of attention. So with me with the ball in my hand, they're going to double down on me. And I know my point guards were spotting up, and we had a lot of shooters on the perimeter. So I just passed it out. Jeremy made some good passes out the post, too, and we just found our shooters.
Go ahead.
Sorry, we had a lot of subplots tonight to this game. Of course, there was the revenge against the team that beat you in the Cup, the point guards tonight coming out. And the one that was really interesting for us was playing against your former teammate here, Brooks Sales. He had a huge game here at home. I know you guys were close a year ago on the team. How was it to face off against him here?
Man, and, you know, just like how we was every day in practice last year, just real competitive. I know he's a great defender on and off the ball. So, you know, man, every time I pass by my man, I know he's going to be right there to defend because he's just a great defender. And I know it was going to be a war tonight, and it was exciting. You know, man, I look forward to playing against people like that all the time.
Say hello to Sophia,
What's
Tony,
up, Mama?
and Ruby.
What's up, Grandma? Everybody back home, cousins, everybody. What's up?
Well, you put on a good show for the family tonight, 21 points and 9 rebounds. Next week against Jerusalem, very tough matchup against another tough team. You guys have won 7 in a row now, you know. Just got to keep it going, I guess.
You got to get healthy.
Yeah, that's the main thing. Just get healthy, rest up right now, go home and get something to eat and just rest.
All right, well, have a good dinner tonight. We're going to grab a bite to eat as well. And until Saturday, that's it for us tonight. We will see you next week against Hapoel Jerusalem, a big matchup in Jerusalem. Until then, good evening from Haifa. We'll see you next week.